We'd like to call this Orangeburg County Council meeting of May the 4th, 2026 to order. I'm going to ask Councilman Joseph Garvin to give us a moment of thanks before we proceed.
Let's all bow our heads. Thank you for this day. Thank you for blessing each and everybody to come. Ask that you get them safe travel back home. Ask that you bless this administration that we are getting ready to do for the people of Orangeburg County. Ask that you bless us to do the right thing. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so very much, Councilman. Again, we welcome you to our meeting. And for those of you who, but first let me get the approval of the minutes of the last two meetings, then I will go into that. Can I get a motion and a second for the approval of the April 20th and 22nd meeting?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Moved by Mr. McAllister and second by Ms. Frazier that we approve the minutes of the April 20th and 22nd as written. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? The ayes have it. The motion is carried. Again, thank you for attending our meeting, and for those of you who may not have attended any of our meetings before, we have public comments at the beginning of our meetings in two areas. We have public comments of agenda items and public comments of other matters. Public comments of agenda items, you may approach the podium and list the item that you are making comment on, unless that item have a public hearing. And if the item have a public hearing, you will wait until we get to that item before you comment on it. Other than that, you may approach the podium and tell us what you have to say about that. And after we close that, you will go into other matters where you can approach the podium and tell us about anything you want to tell us about. Remember one thing, we listen and you comment. That's why we call it public comments. Unless it's something that needs to be clarified, and if that, we will ask staff to clarify it. So at this time, it's open for public comments of agenda items. Agenda items only. Mr. Sid, come on down.
Hello. How are y'all this evening? Good to see everybody here. I just wanted to comment on, there have been some items in the past where I have not heard the amount of the lease, and sometimes I know it's a nominal thing, but it's never printed on the agenda items what it is. There's room for it on all of them that are mentioned, items 6 and 12. I just like to know what the amount of the lease is going to be when it's discussed before it goes to the second time around. Thank you.
I think we will, when we get to that and we ask for the administrator or the attorney's explanation, they usually will tell you what it is, the whole thing, and they summarize it. Okay? Any other? We close that and we open it for other matters. Any other matters? Are you the man at all?
No. It's just that we've talked about it before, and every time the casino had come up, people would post, well, we've already got a lottery, so what's the big deal? I told you that a house had been broken into over my stepdaughter owned first Monday in November. $120 worth of lottery tickets were found by the guy sitting on the floor. This is the trash I have to pick up down the road we walk on. They tear up the lottery tickets. And I reported that on March 16th, I turned in a bag of trash that someone had put beside the road near where I live. And opening that bag, there was enough lottery tickets that they could have paid for trash pickup. They didn't need to throw it out just because the convenience site was closed on President's Day. Again, in South Carolina in 1993, the Abbeville County School District sued the state. They weren't providing money to the elementary education, and Abbeville being a poor county. That led to 2001, let's solve this with a lottery. That led to the decision for South Carolina to get a lottery in place. And it was a political issue. 24 years later, that lawsuit was settled, but Abbeville County still didn't win out. The court backed out, because the lottery monies weren't being spent to help the K through 12 part of the school system. Yes, a lot of lottery money is spent in upper education, and that's how the political issue was won over, that we'll use this to pay for your upper education, but it doesn't help the people who need the education. Because the bottom line is that even though it was told by the political that it wasn't a regressive tax, but it was a self-imposed tax, so to speak. This is quoting from the South Carolina Law Review study of 2017-2018. I think issue 73 of volume 4. I've got it written down on a piece of paper. Lotteries have long been regarded as a regressive tax on lower income citizens because they are more likely to spend a larger portion of their income on lottery tickets than higher income citizens. In South Carolina, because lower income citizens are less likely to see significant return on their lottery spending due to failing to meet the merit scholarship requirements, these citizens effectively subsidize scholarships for the children of higher income citizens. North Carolina, on the other hand, does it a little differently. The sad thing is this: Greenville County spent around $220-something per capita. I don't know how to divide that out. Orangeburg County per capita, over $800. Same thing, same study. And they've got barcodes on those, so it's easy for them to check out. You know how much it's going to take.
Thank you, Mr. Sid. Thank you for the information for those who want to listen and adhere to it. That's their rights. Hello, Ms. Jefferson. I haven't seen you in quite a while.
Oh, Lord, let me get out tonight. I want to thank the council for being here and the citizens of Orangeburg County. It's so great to see all of you. I belong to the Orangeburg County Historical Society, and we have a problem. And they know I'm talking to you tonight because I let them know. Something happened and we had to close. And it's near and dear to my heart, that society, and I'll explain why later. But the Cherokee shell broke, we had to shut down. It was going to cost $15,000 to do it. And what we need now is about $1,160 as of 2 days ago. I'm coming to the council to see if some way you may help in a way possible to make this happen, to reopen. I'm asking for a donation from the county. And here's why. Many years ago, 100 years, came for the fair. The fair asked the quilters to do something. We did. Most of them did little wall hangings. I said, that's not good enough. I did 100 years in a blanket. It was pictures from the Historical Society that they didn't charge me hardly any money to do them, but it did cost me to take them to SMS to put them on material. Because of them, I was able to do the 100-year quilt. So it's near and dear to my heart that they stay open. But it's just not for that. They hold your history. They hold what is near and dear from the past. And the Sallies helped start that. It's a wonderful history to go into. You can get anybody's name and look them up and see who's the family, and maybe you might be related. We have many outings. We have many in-togetherness. So, on behalf of the Historical Society, I'm asking the county to step up to the plate and help in any way possible. I thank you for your time. Now, I'm almost out of time, I know.
No, I wanted to ask you a
But I want,
question. You said they needed $1,160.
$1,160 and some cents
Okay.
as of 2 days ago.
Okay.
I have a year.
I just wanted to make sure I got the figure right.
And
Go ahead. Finish what you want to say.
can I say a shout out to two ladies that work for you people,
Yes, ma'am.
please?
Yes.
I want to say it was a pleasure working with two ladies at the traffic where you get your taxes done. Stephanie and Natalie, they were fantastic. You got two great ladies there. Give them a pat on their back because they honestly make things easy for you and they're great. Thank you. You got good people working for you.
Thank you, Ms. Jeffers. We appreciate it. Good to see you. Anyone else?
Good afternoon, honorable members of Orangeburg County Council, Chairman Wright, Mr. Young, and citizens of Orangeburg.
Good afternoon, Mr. Williams.
As director of the South Carolina Civil Rights Museum, I come today with an update on our nearly 36-month journey and effort to move the nonprofit museum to the new facility at 111 Boulevard. Recently, it was reported the museum will hold a June 19th soft opening. We did not author, approve, or originate that announcement. It is not going to happen. The reason is simple. We do not have the estimated $450,000 in annual operating support required to operate a 10,000 square foot museum. More than a year ago, I requested operational support from the city and the county. The request was not approved, and I never even received the courtesy of a reply. Towards that goal, I believe better coordination between the city and county is needed. I applaud Mr. Young's comment to Mr. Everin that in support of the museum, the city, it's time for them to step up to the plate, and I'll be making the same announcement to the city. I'll try to make it for tomorrow, but I can't get on the agenda until 19th. We understand that state funds have requested, but not yet approved, the amount unknown. And even if approved, one-time money will not sustain a museum year after year. We cannot operate this museum selling chicken guns. Our private fundraising, contacting local businesses and more than 100 prospects did not produce support needed to sustain an occupancy to be host to expected thousands of people who would visit Orangeburg. There are also other serious unresolved issues. After 6 months of requests, we still have no agreement defining rights, proprietorship, and responsibilities. Nothing from the county in writing, or the city. Last Monday, in a face-to-face meeting, I asked city and county administrators to provide even an estimated date to begin work inside the museum, and told no date was given. Not May, not June, not July, not December. The building lacks critical museum necessities besides what I just mentioned. Proposed train noise protection was not installed, no storage or archival space, no loading dock, and the largest opening in the museum we could get something through is 70 inches. And water, ductwork, 220-volt power to preserve the legacy of the college soda shop omitted, meaning at best, we might be able to sell potato chips and candy bars. Add to this no parking space 24 months out, and to this challenge, high voltage wires dangling overhead 15 feet from the building, and DPU refuses to address the danger. Of the $702,000 in USDA funds, approximately $300,000 has been directed towards infrastructure. I'll conclude now by saying that with support from the museum of the Orangeburg River Recorder, we can become Orangeburg's strongest cultural and economic engines, generating an estimated $20 to $35 million annually. Again, I respectfully ask Orangeburg County to reconsider our request for a line item operational support. Without this support, we cannot move and occupy the empty building at 111 Boulevard. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. I'm sure all of us have heard what you said. We will try to govern ourselves accordingly the best way we can. That's about all I can say on that. Someone else have anything? Anyone else? Hearing none, we will close the public comment portion of our agenda. And we're going to our regular agenda. We have 3 proclamations at the beginning of our agenda. One on National Nurse Week, one for Correctional Officers Week, and one for 2026 Economic Development Week in Orangeburg County. We're not, the presentation is not going to be done today. They're not here. So if you're looking at your agenda, you know why, what reason I skip over that, that was going to be done another time. Okay? So, again, we got 3 proclamations. The first one is National Nurse Week. It reads proclamation, Orangeburg County Council honoring National Nurses Week 2026. Whereas nurses constitute the largest segment of healthcare workforce and essential to the delivery of safe, high quality and compassionate care in hospitals, clinics, long-term care facilities, schools, correctional institutions, and throughout the community. Whereas nurses are on the front lines of patient care, providing critical services that promote health, prevent illness, alleviate suffering, and advocate for individual families and communities across Orangeburg County. Whereas the nursing profession exemplifies a commitment to excellence through clinical expertise, ethical practice, lifelong learning, and leadership in advancing public health and patient outcomes. Whereas nurses play a vital role in emergency preparedness and response, working collaboratively with first responders, public safety agencies, and healthcare systems to protect the well-being of the residents in times of crisis. And whereas the dedication, resilience, and compassion demonstrated by nurses sufficiently enhance the quality of life for all citizens of Orangeburg County. Whereas National Nurse Week is observed annually from May the 6th through May the 12th, accumulating on the birthday of Florence Nightingale, the founder of modern nursing, to recognize the invaluable contribution of nurses worldwide. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Orangeburg County Council hereby recognizes May 6th to 12th as National Nurse Week and recognize the power of nurses in Orangeburg County. And it further proclaimed that the Orangeburg County Council encourages all residents to acknowledge and collaborate in the dedication of professionalism, compassionate care provided by nurses, and to express gratitude for their unwavering services to the community. In witness thereof, Orangeburg County Council has hereupon set its hand and caused the seal of Orangeburg County to be affixed this 4th day of May, 2026. Johnny Wright Sr. is Council Chair, Carol Young, County Administrator, and County 14 Clerk to County Council. Madam Chair, can I read them all and then do them all together?
Yes, you have to, that you don't actually have to read.
I don't have to?
No.
Okay. Well then, we'll just, for this way, since I don't have to read them, so I guess everybody don't have to listen to all my sweet voice. A proclamation to repass the state of South Carolina, County of Orangeburg National Correction Officers Week. So I'm just going to read the last sentence, National Correction Officer Week in Orangeburg County. We urge all the residents to join in honoring the hard work, dedication, and sacrifice of these correctional officers who serve in our county facilities throughout the nation. And in witness thereof, we have set our hands and sealed to the county for this 4th day of May 2026. General Senior Chair, County 14, Clerk of Council.
Mr. Chair, I'm just going to say
No,
something. All those.
One more. And then I'll do that.
Okay.
The last one is proclamation for, I think this one is a little different because I think this is a lot more significance when it comes to economic development. Week in Orangeburg County, I think I want to know, a lot of people don't know a lot about sometimes economic development. And that whereas more than 100,000 economic development and related professionals worldwide are committed to creating, retaining, and expanding top-tier opportunities that foster long-term, equitable community growth. For generations, the economic development profession has cultivated thriving neighborhoods, championed sustainability and resiliency, strengthened economic prosperity, enhanced quality of life, and built robust tax bases. And then also, whereas the economic development profession have operated across diverse environments, including rural, suburban, urban, state, local, provincial, and national government, public-private partnership, chamber of commerce, institution of higher education, and similar organizations. And also the economic development professionals serve as stewards of progress, connecting residents, business leaders, elected officials, industry executives, and educational institutions to advance job creation, community investment, infrastructure improvements, and long-term opportunities. Developers contribute to the continued strength and vitality of Orangeburg County within the state of South Carolina, building on vast achievements while shaping a resilient and prosperous future. Whereas the Orangeburg County Development Commission, established in 1955 by Orangeburg County, has played a pivotal role in advancing local economic growth, supporting businesses, recruitment and expansion, and fostering long-term investment in the community. And whereas since 1926, the International Economic Development Council and its preceding organization have advanced the profession globally, marking 100 years of leadership dedication to fostering growth, innovation, inclusion, sustainability, and resilience in communities of all sizes. And so here now it be resolved that the County of Orangeburg hereby recognize economic development. We can celebrate 100 years of impact, reflecting on the progress achieved, honoring the professionals who strengthen our community today and inspire the next century of economic opportunity and growth. The claim before us the May Test County Portee, Clerk to Council, Johnny Rice, Chair. Before we forward, you want to say something?
Yes, I do, and maybe darts will be put on at me, but I can take them, I will take them. Nurses Week. These men and women risk their lives, day and night, to save lives. Correctional officers risk their lives day and night to save lives. And the Economic Development Week bring jobs to Orangeburg County for those citizens who live here. And I don't think it would have 3 or 6 minutes to read all 3 of them would have taken much of county council time of the people sitting here, when these people have done so much for this county themselves. That's just my take on it.
Thank you so very much. And I read both of them and read part of the other one. So no special, I hope everybody will understand that, and I will from now on continue to read them as I did before, Ms. Cooper-Smith. No problem.
That's my take. I don't know what the
Well,
other.
there's no problem. I got you. And I have enough, I hear what you said, and I will adhere to that. Thank you so much. Any other comments before we ask for a motion and a second to approve these 3 proclamations?
Yes, sir, there's one more comment, sir. Yes, sir. I want to expand on the correctional officers. I was a correctional officer myself, and I realize these folks here keep everybody safe. They keep everybody out of your house. They keep everybody, they have to massage these folks before they go and get incarcerated, and they have a real job, believe me. You go home tonight, something happened, they bring it to them. So I want y'all to understand that a correction officer's job is, he wear many, many hats. She wear many, many hats. She has to be a doctor sometime, have to be a nurse sometime, have to be a counselor sometime, have to be a friend, and we fail to fund the system in the job that they do. So I just want everybody to know that these folks are very important. I just want them to stand up before we even do anything. Please let them stand and let y'all see. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to say thank you to the corrections officers, and just as echo what Councilman Garber said, they have a tremendous job. And you know, when officers go and arrest somebody on your worst day, they have to deal with them from days in and days out. You know, whether it's sunshine and hurricane or what have you. A lot of citizens don't realize when we have hurricanes or inclement weather, they have to stay locked in inside the facility and not even leave, and they have to deal with that day in and day out. Also want to recognize Ms. Doja as one of the few female correction officers in the state of South Carolina, and we appreciate her, and she's been here for a good little while. And director, I'm sorry. But that being the case, we just appreciate all of them so much, and want them to know that this proclamation and some other things we have coming for them later on in the week. And just to know that we do that. And then from the standpoint of nurses, I myself had to deal with a stint a couple of years ago, and I know how important nurses are. They do a lot, and can't go without saying that. So I hope all the nurses out there hear the fact that council is recognizing them. And last but not least, economic development. All I have to say is we are a candy company. You will know they've been working hard, because we brought that one home for the citizens of Orangeburg County. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Administrator. Anyone else?
I would just like to add to that, anytime we have proclamation given to citizens of Orangeburg County for whatever role that they play in the county, it's great just to recognize them, let them know that their job are important, and they're doing a good, diligent just for the citizens of our Orangeburg County and our surrounding area. So we applaud everybody for what they do on all of these proclamations, anytime we give a proclamation. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Mrs. Chairman,
Yes, ma'am.
the Economic Development Team is here. Is it okay if they stand to be
Oh,
recognized?
yes, ma'am. We recognize all the Economic Development Team, and we recognize all, if any nurses in here, we recognize them to stand, and as well as she already had the corrections officer. Economic Development Team, would you all mind standing? Thank you so very much. I'm not gonna say no more. I think enough comment has been made on it. I think everyone is important in their roles. I like to always look at life and just like a family or a job, a county, a city. It's all of them are families, and it's a team effort. So no matter what you do, you are important. It might not have the same significance in the public's eye, but everybody is important in their positions. So thank you all for what you're doing. Thank you for all the comments that have been made on this proclamation. As I said, we're gonna
I make a motion that we approve this proclamation.
Mr. Garvin, and second by Ms. Cooper Smith, that we approve the proclamation that has been read and discussed. All in favor of it, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it, the motion is carried. Thank you so much. Next item on the agenda is third reading and public hearing. Item number 4, 5. Item number 4 reads, it's an ordinance authorizing Orangeburg County to enter into a lease regarding a property commonly referred to as 2422 Bonner Avenue in Santee, tax map number 0310-00-01-002, wherein Orangeburg County shall be the tenants and the Hansel Farm property shall be the landlord. Mr. Administrator, would you want to make a summary for those who may not have been at previous two readings, and then we'll open the floor for public hearing.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'll just let you know what the three or four, and I'll turn it over to the attorney for the specifics. The first one, the Bonner Avenue lease is for a cell tower for the radio system for the county first responders. The second lease, Savannah Highway with the county leases is a lease for the magistrate office. And the third lease in Holly Hill is for Orangeburg Technical College to be able to provide classes in the Eastern Orange County, we have to do Orangeburg County administration building in Holly Hill. And I'll turn it over to the attorney for additional information.
As to item number 4, the rent per month is $700 a month. That is, of course, an outdoor lot, so it's not by the square foot. Number 5 is by the square foot, and that is $200 a month for the magistrate's space. And as to number 6, Orangeburg County Technical College, this is the first lease where we've gone through what the county council was interested in, which is trying to make a uniform lease for groups who are offering things that are for the county. And generally, they're nonprofit things, sometimes they're for profit, but mostly not. And in that case, we have to have 2 sets of findings, and they're in the ordinance as well as in the lease for Orangeburg County Technical College. One is this lease of public property, county's property, for a public purpose? And the answer is clearly yes, and that's because it's going to be used for educational purposes, literally for classroom instruction. And then the second one is a determination of how much rent should be charged. And that is a balancing act, and what you start out with is the market value for that type of square footage in that area, which is something you need an expert opinion on. And our risk management head guy found an expert who gave us what he believed was the market value for the rental. Oh, excuse me, I'm getting that mixed up with another one that's down here. Somebody got this. Actually, it was Angel Howe. And Orangeburg County Technical College agreed with what the market value was. But you do a balancing, and the balancing has to do with how much they're putting in, the tenant, which I think in this case is at least $1 million worth of stuff that they're doing. Also, that the county has asked them to have services at this far location so that people who are in the Holly Hill area don't have to come in to Orangeburg, an hour drive each way. And the fact that it is educating people in those areas so that they can get good paying jobs and live in our community and be a productive citizen. And after those items were balanced, we came to the conclusion of not charging any rent because the in-kind services that the county is getting from OC Tech versus the market value in-kind services were more than the market value.
All right. Any questions from council on the explanation by the attorney and the administrator on the 3 items before I open it for public hearing? Everybody good with that? So now the floor is open for public hearing. That means that anybody from the public, if you have any comments on anything you would like to say on these 3 police items, you may approach the podium and say your say at this time. We're in the start tonight, so you can pick it up at the door when you leave.
Item 4. First, a little bit of history for me. I want to thank Chancellor Farms for their contribution to the community. 90 acres plus was purchased for Lake Marion High from them. It was for $281,000, $3,122 per acre when you do all that math back in school, in 2004. Part of that, in 2002, apparently a permit was issued to build the tower. 2003, the tower was put into service. There have been different class transmitters there, one in John Smith's name who retired, one in the Sheriff's Department's name, different call number, but the same megahertz for broadcasting, one in the South Carolina Forestry Commission for an antenna, and I think 2 with different frequencies with Billy Staley. Over the years, from the number I have been privy to, $72,000 has been spent on that approximately 6 acres of land. That's $12,000 an acre, a far cry from the $3,122 for that good farmland. This isn't even good farmland. Only a corner of the 27 acres is farm. The rest of it is wooded because it's not aerial. Now, there's also who are the users? What's it cost to maintain the tower? These guy wires need to be checked every few years, if that's not hadn't been divulged or anything as far as the cost. The county maintains the grass, I suppose. We were in a meeting a while back about the different zones and areas, the number of areas that the county has to pay to maintain. Is there insurance on the tower? There's not a clear fall zone if it falls. If it's going to fall onto trees, or if a tree falls on the cable, the tower is gone. So all of this money for this good purpose of providing 911 is out the window. You've got to do something. So is it insured? That's a cost. What's the liability of the county? I recommend you table it and figure it out. I was on the phone with 21st after the last county council meeting with El Paso, Texas, checking out what Elon Musk thing does. They used after Hurricane Helene here in South Carolina and North Carolina to try to bridge the gap when natural disaster took out towers. And why have the other services that were listed on here, the Sheriff's Department and the Forestry Commission, no longer needed, but we still need it for 911. That's technical stuff above my pay grade. But I suggest you visit that and figure out what you're going to do, because you Google it, the life of a tower is only 20, 30 to 50 years. So we're already 20 years into something that could be 2/3 over. Or you could end up paying a lot more at that $700 per month. And you just had people requesting money from the county. You've got other authority and other power in your hands to use. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sid. A lot of questions and information that you've given.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
we do have the person who's head of the department that is recommending this here, Mr. Billy Staley. He is?
Okay.
No, he's not. I thought he was sitting in the room. Okay. One of the things that I can tell you is, yes, it's definitely insured. There's no two ways about that. But Billy Staley did check with Mr. Dantzler after Mr. Sid asked the question, why are we, and so did Mr. Ravenel, asked the question is, why are we renting this for such a long period of time? I don't know that that was envisioned at the time that it started, but once the tower goes up and the other equipment gets on there, it becomes an expensive thing to move to another location. That's all I have to add on it.
Also, Mr. Chairman, a lot of the funds to pay for that towers come from alternate means that is not tax money. So it seems like a lot. But also at the same time, it's definitely needed for public safety purposes. Mr. Staley could explain that to you, and I think he reached out to you as well as the councilman to explain that to you, if I'm not mistaken. And so it's definitely been said that it's needed. The tower is insured, and it's definitely for public safety purposes. And when you look at condemnation of properties, if the owner is not willing to sell it, you have to go to condemnation, and that is 10 times more costly than buying it. And it's not something county council makes a practice of just condemning everything they have to have. And so in this case, we feel like it's necessary. Thank you.
Okay, so we do this every year, right?
Yeah.
So
So every 4 years.
4 years? Okay. I don't know at this point whether we have any other alternative but to go ahead and move forward, because we don't want to interrupt what we need to have. We can look into it over the next 4 years, and whoever will be up there look into it and find out if we can find some other alternative. But at the 9th hour for we to shut down, and go through a lot of litigation, it would be more probably costly than it would to not pass it. And that's, but I'm just one person on council, whatever council wishes.
I'd like to add something to that. In the United States, we have disasters at any given time, and cell towers and et cetera, when it's needed at that time, you have to have it. So it's hard to put a dollar value on lives. So so we need to evaluate real carefully. I can't see us trying to get away with it unless we got some other alternative. But that's where we at. It's a valuable commodity. We need the item in the county.
Need a motion, Mr. Chair? Make a motion that we go ahead and pass items 4 through 6 as presented.
Moved by Ms. Walker and second by Ms. Smith that we pass item 46 as presented. All in favor of it, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it, the motion is carried. Thank you so much. Next item is third reading also. This is number 7, and it says for the consideration of a request from Campbell Farms LLC to rezone property at Firefly Lane in Orangeburg, tax map number 0143-00-02-003, from residential general district to forest agriculture district. Administrator.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. The Campbell Farms LLC at Firefly Lane is requesting to go from residential general to forest and agriculture for the purpose of a timber farm. The site is made up of one parcel calculated at 10.24 acres. It has access from Firefly Lane. Does not fall within the flood zone. The adjacent property owners were notified via U.S. mail at a planning commission meeting. They were given the opportunity to submit comments electronically via email, by phone, in writing to the planning director or in person. Notice was published in the T&D. There were 5 citizens that expressed their support during this meeting, but from one citizen that expressed opposition, the planning commission, after review, recommends it to you with a unanimous request of 6-0.
Thank you so much, Council. You have any questions before I ask for a motion? I get a motion and a second for item 7.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Moved by Mr. McAllister and second by Ms. Frazier that we pass item 7 as explained by the administrator for third reading. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, the motion is carried. Item 8, 9, 10, 11 is second reading items. And do them one at a time. Item 8 is an ordinance authorizing Orangeburg County to enforce building, permitting, inspection, and enforcement, including fees and penalties within the incorporated boundaries of requested towns located in Orangeburg County by entry into the county standard intergovernmental agreement and other related matters. Madam Attorney, that's you.
It is. The county is starting to redo these municipal agreements for the various municipalities that want to have the county handle those items, permitting, inspection, and enforcement. This came up because Holly Hill has been asked to return to having the county involved there. What this ordinance does is gives to the county, before county council, a standard agreement that the only thing you would change is the name of the town. But how much is charged and who gets what percentage, all of that would remain the same. And it is based on what we were previously doing. But again, the idea is to get all of the municipalities to sign new agreements going forward.
Okay. Any questions from council? Everybody understands? Okay, could I get a motion and a second then for
So
second
moved,
reading?
Mr. Chair.
Moved by Mr. Garver and second by Ms. Frazier that we do second reading of item 8 as explained by the attorney. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, the motion is carried. Item 9, for the consideration of a request from Rocks Pond Road Associate LLC to rezone property at Rocks Pond Road in Utahville tax map number 0372-00-01-006 from Forest Agriculture District to Rural Community District. Mr. Administrator.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. The Planning Commission met on April 8th, 2026 to discuss that recommendation from the Rocks Pond Association LLC group. They're requesting to go from forest and agriculture to rural community for the purpose of subdividing for large lot development and commercial development near Old Number 6 Highway. The site is made up of one parcel calculated 507.3 acres. Applicant is proposing to zone only a 100-acre portion of the land from the overall tract. The lot has multiple access points from Rock Pond Road and Number 6 Highway, Broughton Lane, Fred Kahn Road, and Campground Road. A portion of the property that is being rezoned will be accessed solely from Rocks Pond Road on Number 6 Highway. The adjacent property owners were notified by U.S. Mail about the Planning Commission meeting. They were given the opportunity to submit comments electronically, email, by phone, and writing to the planning director or in person at the meeting. Notice was published in the TMD. There were 0 citizens to express support, 2 citizens expressed opposition. Planning Commission possessed this to you with a 5-0 approval.
Thank you, Mr. Administrative Counsel. Any questions? Hearing none, could I get a motion to second reading on item 9?
Make a motion that we pass, item number 10 for second reading.
Number 9.
Excuse me, 9 for second.
Moved by Ms. Walker, second by Mr. Ravenel, that we pass item 9 for second reading as explained by the administrator. Aye. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carried. Item 10 is for the consideration of a request from Augustin Nugent to rezone property at Graveyard Rock Road in Santee. Tax map number 0323-07-02-002 from Forest Agriculture to Commercial General District. Mr. Administrator.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. The Planning Commission met on April 8th, 2026 to discuss that recommendation from Hong Sun Win to rezone Graveyard Rock Road in Santee, South Carolina. He wants to go from forest and agriculture to commercial general. This is for the purpose of a mini storage building. Site is made up of one parcel, 19.5 acres. The portion of land and rezoning is 10.91 acres and is on the southern side of Graveyard Rocks Road. The adjacent property owners were notified by mail by the Planning Commission. They were given the opportunity to submit comments electronically, by email, by phone, and writing to the planning director or attending person. It was published in the TMD. 0 citizens expressed support, 0 citizens expressed opposition. Planning Commission possessed this to you with a 5-0 approval.
Thank you, Mr. Administrative Counsel. Any questions?
Comment.
Comment?
I commented this. I'm very familiar with Graveyard Rock Road. In the Santee area, it's one of the roads that actually goes down to the lake. And a lot of people go down there and fish off the bank. Whenever this development comes, I hope they don't want to put up a sign saying you cannot use the road anymore because of the fact that they got a development there. And I like for they to put in some kind of footnote so that we have something to stand on.
Thank you, Mr. Ravenel. Any other comments? Could I get a motion to second? Pass it.
So move, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Ravenel, second by Ms. Frazier, that we pass this in second reading. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Item 11, for the consideration of a request from GRHH Performance Orangeburg LLC to rezone property at 3029 5 Chop Road in Orangeburg, tax map number 021600-05-026 from Forest Agriculture to Commercial General. Mr. Administrator.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. The Planning Commission met on April 8th to discuss this recommendation. GRHH Performance LLC, they want to rezone that property at 3029 5 Chop from Forest and Agriculture to Commercial General to put up a digital sign to meet the digital signage requirements. The site is made up of one parcel of 12.87 acres. as access from Rockmore Drive and Five Chop Road. The adjacent property owners were notified about the planning commission. They were given out to submit comments electronically by mail, by phone, and writing to the planning director or in person, and the notice was published in the TND. 0 citizens expressed their support, 0 citizens expressed opposition. Planning commission presents this to you with 5-0 approval.
Thank you, Mr. Administrator. Questions, comment?
I have a question, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Administrator,
Yes, ma'am.
will all other property that's going to be rezoned have these digital signs?
It's up to the property owner and what district they're in. There's a signed part of the ordinance for zoning that you have to adhere to, and that's why they're having to do that.
Any other? Can I get a motion and second?
Make a motion that we accept item 11 as read, presented.
Second? Second. Moved by Ms. Walker and second by Ms. Frazier that we accept item 7 as recommended by the planning commission for second reading. Item 11, I'm sorry. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposes? Ayes have it, the motion is carried. Thank you. Next item is number 12, and it's first reading. And this is an ordinance authorizing Orangeburg County to enter into a lease regarding a property commonly referred to as 1520 Russell Street. Tax map number 0173-0-14-12-010, where in Orangeburg County shall be the landlord and Matias Construction Corporation shall be the tenant. Mr. Administrator, that's you or the attorney?
I will pass that to the attorney.
Thank you. This is the second time that the county is entering into a lease with someone of county property. So when you lease county property, you have to make certain findings. In this particular case, Monteith, this is all what has been told to me when I wrote the ordinance. I cannot verify any information that Todd Williams can. Monteith is involved in the construction of the new courthouse, and they asked if they could use as space during construction a building that's empty, that's on one of the parcels that the county owns. The county bought the property to get rid of the building and use it for parking for the courthouse. And we have no need for the building at this time. So it's not a problem to make it available because there is no other use that the county has to make of it. So the first question was defining a public purpose, and we did not find there was a public purpose because this is a for-profit business that is charging the county a lot of money to build the courthouse. So again, this time, Mr. Williams got a market value on the square footage that they wanted to use in this otherwise abandoned building that we wouldn't be getting any money on. And that's what the rent is, and the rent is $1,250 a month, about $15,000 a year. And the length of the lease is until they don't need it anymore for the courthouse construction.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Attorney. Questions from council?
I have a question. I would hate to see that building be used for a parking lot. And that's my opinion. That's good.
Any other comments? Could I get a motion and a second for first reading?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Garvin and second by Ms. McAllister for first reading on item 12. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
And opposed?
Aye.
You got that, Madam? Next item is an official action, item 13, an intergovernmental agreement between Orangeburg County Fire District and Orangeburg County Sheriff's Office. Is that, okay, Mr. Administrator, who's that? Who's-
Yes, sir, Mr. Administrator. Mr. Chairman, I can give you the gist of it, this is an intergovernmental agreement between the fire services and the sheriff's department. Sometimes, there are times when the sheriff's department has to seek help for certain things as far as fire suppression, operation of drones, and assistance as far as with SWAT calls, with emergency apparatuses as well as first aid. This is an intergovernmental agreement that will allow the fire district to help with the sheriff's department when they have those things, and vice versa whenever the fire district needs the sheriff's department. So, and I will yield to the fire director if he has any additional comments he wants to add.
I have none, but that's exactly what it is.
Okay, so just, you watch my back and I watch yours, okay? Kind of like that, okay. Any other comments from Carl? Okay. Got a motion and a second?
Make a motion that we accept the agreement as written between the sheriff's office and the Orangeburg County Fire District.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Walker, second by Mr. Garvin, that we accept the agreement as explained by the administrator. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, the motion is carried. Next item is an appointment to boards and commission, and we have one appointment. It's the Orangeburg County Board of Assessment and Appeals for District 7. I'll yield to Ms. Walker.
Yes, I will be appointing Mr. Ronald Brown to the Board of Assessment and Appeals for District 7.
That's the motion.
Yes.
I get a second.
Second.
We have moved by Ms. Walker, the district designee that we appoint Mr. Ronald Brown to the Board of Assessment and Appeal. It was seconded by Mr. McCaskill. So all in favor of it, let's say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers to it? Ayes have it, the motion is carried. Before we adjourn, council comments? You laugh, Mr.
No, sir.
No, I'm fine. I know last meeting we passed an ordinance, if I'm correct, that concerning trash and whatever, got to be covered. And as a reminder, let the citizens know that if that's something that's going to be law and it's going to be enforced, that we got to cover your trash vehicle. Trash won't blow out all over the place. It's not to be allowed for a ticket or fine.
In conjunction to what Councilman Ravenel has said, the council has been doing a good job now of enforcing the code of enforcement of good control. A good job. I've got several of people who have received citations, several people. And again, I have a question, I'm going to ask this folks. Where are people going to park when does the state permit? Oh, excuse me. Where are the people going to park when the state museum is completed?
There's parking that's attached with the museum as a results to the whole Boulevard project. So the museum is just one building of that whole project, and that will all the parking will come along with that. And there's a parking lot behind the building as well, but right now because of the construction next door to the museum, it's you won't be able to access it right now until we're able to get that done.
That's my understanding, but I just want the public to know.
Yes, ma'am. It's a work in progress. We still have the contractor is finishing up the punch list items right now, so we don't have a full, complete a certificate of occupancy. We only have a temporary one. The accessibility aspects of that building is tied into the sidewalk that's being put in place right now by the campus facility that is being done as well. So there's a lot of different moving parts to that construction. Now that the construction part is almost complete, they're doing access control and camera systems in there. Those are the final phases. Once we do that, then we can work towards putting the exhibits type stuff in the museum after those things are complete. But we got to complete those things first, and that should be done pretty soon, in a month. I think I gave you guys an email and an update when that was gonna happen, and I think I sent that to Mr. Williams as well. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Scott, Mr. Lewis, you always say the best for last.
Okay, I'm last.
Okay, well, you have to come back.
1 minute.
Okay, go right ahead.
Mr. Harold, what is the projected time for the courthouse being complete?
You were getting started.
It's close, but it's a few technical items that we're working on, and we've done the bid, we're working out there. We're doing some value engineering with the contractor to make sure we can get the price down, because citizens will respect the fact that something that size and that amount, we're doing the best we can to bring the price down. We just finished the value engineering, we're in talks with them, and then they're waiting on some information that we have to provide to our financial advisors to finalize the deal, and then we'll be ready to go. Open in a month or so, you'll be seeing some movement on that. Contract is ready to go. Part of the thing that you approve tonight is a part of that process, them getting ready to stage equipment and have a office present in Orangeburg, and they're ready for that as well. And so as soon as we get the final hurdles that we have to jump through on the paperwork side to finalize the process of the bonds for the project, then we'll be ready to move forward, and I think that should happen within the next month.
Mr. Lewis, sorry about that. No problem.
I'm last. If you all wanted to know why I voted against 1520, for those persons who do not know where that building is, that is the building right next to the Dario. That's the only structure in Orangeburg which has its own unique identity. And I like that building. And I would hate to see it tore down within majority rules. That's why they count scores. Now, I'd like to say something. In the audience, we have a special person here, and I'd like to call him out, Dr. Jim Sally. Please stand, Jim. Jim is the CEO of Africa University, which is in Zimbabwe, by way of Dedesto Drive. That's where he was born and raised. So I had to say something about that. Welcome home, Jim.
Thank you so much.
Now, today I was listening to the telephone and I received a message about a very dear friend of mine, Miss Shirley Hughie, who has been at Claflin University, I want to say about 50 years. Would 50 years be sufficient? She slept Claflin University, not college. She slept Claflin College, and then she slept Claflin University. That was her life, 24/7, Claflin College and then Claflin University. So, you know, our condolences go out to her family. And the other person is a very dear friend of mine. I call him Mr. Wrong, but you all call him Mr. Right. Calvin Wright is the CEO of OCAB, who took care of many indigent people here in Orangeburg County for many, many years. And at this time, I'd like for us to bow our heads for 2 seconds. Amen. Calvin passed away one day last week, and his funeral will be on Wednesday at New Mount Zion at 11. Huh? Oh, it's Thursday now? Okay. At Thursday at 11, or at 1 o'clock. Thank you. I'm sorry. My news was 11 o'clock Wednesday. So now it's Thursday at 1 o'clock. Okay. So those persons who'd like to come, please show up. Calvin has been around here forever. He was born and raised here in Orangeburg. And I'd like to also say he was my classmate in high school, class of 1965. And then he was my classmate in graduation from South Carolina State University, class of 1978. And he was also my campaign manager. used to be the financial person he had, what was
Tax assessor.
tax assessor, right? He was a person I would always come in and complain to about my taxes and stuff. Welcome back home again. Right, there's another person here, Jimmy, stand up, Jimmy. He's retired now from South Carolina State University. Jimmy, what department you were? Math department up at State? You're right, mathematician up at South Carolina State University, and a member of Greater Faith Baptist Church and Jamie Cooper's neighbor.
And he's also on the
Go right ahead.
the hospital board.
Oh, I did not know that. Was, okay. And there's one other person whose father is very, very much well known.
Street is named after him.
Yes. Please stand.
You know, something so.
Sultan, he knows who I'm looking at the whole time when I was in. This is Mr. Sultan's son. I can remember being a little girl in Orangeburg and having to go down Russell Street and purchase gas, and he would be out there. And it's been years and years and years and years. But welcome, and I think this is my first time seeing you in here since I've been on the board. Please come again.
I certainly will.
His father was one of my campaign people. I'll never forget Lamar Dawkins, Lamar Dawkins, Jim Sultan, and Button, Oscar Button. And also, if you would have studied history in Orangeburg, his family was one of the first to own a wood factory, wood company in Orangeburg.
Right.
In the southeast of the United States, first sawmill, salt and lumber mill.
Exactly. I tried to get your attention, but you ignored my call.
Me?
Didn't I try to? No, not by telephone.
She was calling you earlier before we started.
Well, let me explain. Don't want to take up too much time, but I was looking for Mr. Williams, because Cecil Williams was here, and I just want to take a moment to say that you had a comment by a living legend there. And Cecil Williams is founder and CEO of the South Carolina Civil Rights Museum as he spoke to it. And I'm telling you something, when that move happens, it's going to be state, local, and national news. Be very well happen. So I'm honored to be a member of the board there, and I want to second what Mr. Williams had to say, and I hope that the city will be able to step up and help him out, and I thank the county for everything you're doing on the railroad corner, because we're going to recognize that, and all those men you mentioned used to chase me around that corner as a little boy around there and trying to get my head. That's a long time. Thank you.
And I'm quite sure Earl Middleton was in that group trying to chase you around too, right, Kenny? It appears tonight that it seems like everybody who is in here is somebody who I've dealt with or been around. And I hadn't omitted my funeral home man in the back here either. Thank you for your business. I'm finished.
No, Dolores, you're gonna need to get a picket group up to save that building.
Listen, I know how to do it. Someone told me, said that I am a professional agitator. Is that what you said, Jim? Or organizer, which was it?
Both organizer and agitator.
Okay. I just wish that we could save that building because that's the only structure in Orangeburg that's different. And it's been here for many, many, many years and stuff. And I like it. I really, really do.
My oldest daughter had
A beauty salon there, yes.
salon.
Yeah. Is it too late, Mr. Harris, to put up my picket sign?
It's too late, Mr. Lord. And for the citizens that know, that was part of the Dario compromise, so that's how we were able to save the Dario. So we had to sacrifice something, and that building will be sacrificed so you can still eat your curry burger.
Everything has a balancing act, so you got to remember that. Everything has a balancing act. You have to always work together. You have to give and take, and also everything has an end game. So we got to keep that in mind.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to say one thing. I know everybody's ready to go, but just in relation to Mr. Selton, I see Ms. Barbara's here, and I think Cecil left. just know that Orangeburg County is committed to the Civil Rights Museum. We've gotten it this far. We believe in the vision of Mr. Cecil. We're working towards that. We understand what it takes to deal with the museum, and we're moving it in that right direction. Now, has it taken a little bit longer? Yes, but because of the efforts of County Council, you see what's out there today. If they did not believe in the vision of what Mr. Cecil brought here, Orangeburg County Council would not have committed funds to get that building built. And it's almost there, and I know it can be a little frustrating when you have a vision such as him and you deal with photography every day. Having to jump in the realm of government is frustrating, and it doesn't work that simple for a lot of stuff, but I promise you, we are still in support of that vision. We're going to move it forward. We've been working with him. We just met with him last week, and might not have read his email, but we sent him one this afternoon to let him know that we're in that direction. And I just want to commend County Council for making it a priority, because we have 7 buildings under construction right now between the east and the western end of Orangeburg County. And I applaud Tim Seagraves, the building department, all of the ladies that deal with capital projects and administration, working hard to get these buildings and stuff done in each of your council districts. But that is something that's going to be in tune with Orangeburg County, but it's a part of a bigger development of the boulevard development. So there are several things that have to be done to make that coexist, but we're working in that direction. And I promise you, Ms. Barbara, your husband's legacy is not anything we take for granted. We appreciate all the pictures he's taken over the years that impacted history. And myself as a young person who grew up, born and raised in Orangeburg County, I know what it meant, and to see how far we've come is a testament to the fight that he put up over the years. So we appreciate him for that. We're going to keep moving it forward. We'll get it done. And as our good friend used to say, the best is yet to come. So it's coming. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Administrator. Anybody else?
Last word.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna just say this, and we're gonna call for the amen song.
Hold on,
Who else, Ms. Mellon, attorney?
I have something to say.
Yes, ma'am, go for it.
You know, I don't do this every meeting, but I'm gonna do it here.
Okay.
Dr. Sally came to my church a year or so ago, gave a sermon. He asked us if we try to pull together a scholarship for somebody at Africa University. And we did. I think it's only $7,500 to sponsor somebody for a whole year. We raised $9,000 without asking any questions because his sermon was so good. And his program that he puts on that tells you about Africa University, it's impressive. And we even found out who it was that we were giving a scholarship to. And it was somebody who had good medical training but needed to get additional medical training to go back and serve a very underserved area. So, you know, the government pays for some stuff, but you guys with churches, get up there and help. Thank you very much for coming to our church and letting us know about the program, which is, can you imagine if we could get any of our kids through school for $7,500 a year? It doesn't happen.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you so much, Madam Attorney. Anybody else?
I want to add this to it. About 3 years ago, was it, Jim? I was one of the persons who, it was 85 of us that Jim took to Zimbabwe, Botswana, Zambia, South Africa. And we were gone for 18 days, and all of us went first class. I called Jim and I said, Jim, I need to go first class. Well, he said, I'm not going. He said, Lois, everybody will be going first class. And we flew over there in a bus.
All right, well, listen, we have heard a whole lot, a lot of sermon, a lot of everything. about things getting done. Just keep praying.